The word is diabolical.
Chicken finger.
Diabolic.
And it means...
Very wicked as well.
Shot to the heart, and you're to blame, darling. You give love a bad name.
So we wanted to talk to you guys about what we do for homeschooling. Obviously, a big part of traveling in an RV and doing this lifestyle is education. How are the children going to get their education if we're moving from place to place, every 3 months? So homeschooling is the way to go.
It was a pretty big concern. I remember my initial thought is, we're not going to do that. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Well, just the thought actually entered my mind, at least.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just take them in and out of school. We only move every 3 months, so it's not like we move every couple of days. Quickly, we decided that wasn't a great plan.
Yeah. I think our biggest fear is we didn't want to screw the kids up. Like, we're not teachers, but we know stuff. Yeah, we can impart that knowledge on them. But no, we can't just go off the cuff and do whatever. We actually did lots and lots of research. Of course, the internet is a great resource. Initially, we looked into internet-based programs, but starting off in the RV, initially our internet coverage was poor. We tried hotspotting off our phones, but we realized after a day or two that data was gone. And our first assignment was in Fargo, North Dakota. We didn't even have a signal. So that wouldn't have worked at all. But eventually, what was it, in January of this year, we finally found a good, reliable internet source, so we can probably go back and revisit that. But initially, it just wasn't going to work for us.
So we had a couple homeschooler connections that we talked to,
Mm-hmm.
and we got some ideas, and there was so many options, it was kind of overwhelming.
Right? Almost like travel nursing. Like hundreds and hundreds of companies. How do you choose?
There was so many options of ways you could put together a curriculum that we decided we're just going to go with a package. Comes with basically a schedule, a syllabus. You follow it. It comes with the books, all the books you need, and you just follow it.
Mm-hmm. We looked at basically 2 different packages. We wanted to have a package that had some spiritual teaching as well. Bill grew up Catholic, so he went, to catechism classes and all that jazz. While I went to church a lot as a kid, we didn't really study the Bible a lot, so I wanted to, have our kids have that experience and be able to, learn from the beginning so that they could kind of build that understanding and that relationship. So we looked at a program called Sunlight, S-O-N, Sunlight, and we really liked that program, but it came with a lot of books. And 1, space in an RV is a hot commodity, and 2, all of those books would be a lot of weight, and weight is also a factor you have to think about when you're traveling in an RV. So although Sunlight checked all of the boxes for what we were looking for in a homeschool program, it didn't really fit our travel lifestyle as well.
So we kept searching, and we came upon My Father's World, which is what we are using now.
Mm-hmm. So we talked about space being a hot commodity in the RV. For us, in our main living space, this is the main area where we store our homeschooling.
So this here is how we store all of our school books.
This is all of the different books that we use throughout our year. Of course, if you turn your attention here, this is our lesson plan. And we are studying this year Creation to the Greeks. So it's a history focus. But they break everything down for you week by week as a kind of a Monday through Friday system. And again, it starts with Bible teaching, vocabulary and handwriting, spelling, English, math, read aloud, story time together, additional books and subjects that we're doing together, science, reading, music and art, and then finally, time for foreign language. Now the best part about all of this is we can tailor it to whatever we want. If we only want to do all of these subject matters 3 days a week, we can take the syllabus and condense it. If we need to skip a day because we have an outing that day, we can do that. We can change it. We don't have to go Monday through Friday. We can have school on the weekends. And we can pick and choose the different things that we want to do. We don't have to teach the art if we don't feel like it's important, or if we decide to do music, like the children practice their piano and go to music lessons, that counts as their education. And for foreign language, we can choose whatever we want to do. This year we purchased Rosetta Stone, so the kids are learning Espanol. Of course, here we have spelling. For English and vocabulary, we're actually learning root words, which helps the children develop their vocabulary without having to memorize. Our big giant science book loaded with all kinds of different experiments. Then as we're studying history, we're also studying the civilizations and the people of the different times in history. Of course, we read the Bible, and then we take a journey through the Bible, and again, talk about the geographical area and the people of the area. We have another book that helps with that as well. Again, Window on the World. This was actually a book we had last year, so we get to utilize it again this year. And then, of course, our Bibles. They don't come with the package, but they are a resource tool that we use. Building our English, we have language lessons, so it's more of a language arts. Writing skills. Bella loves that. She is a creative writer, so this really helps her to hone in her writing skills and write for different genres. And then, of course, for handwriting. And yes, folks, we are teaching our children the art of cursive. So this is what Will has been working on this year because Bella has already mastered cursive. Continuing on, we have other resource books, again, that go along with our stories and cultures and people that we're learning about. The pyramids, history with the Trojans, and children's Homer, kind of what the Greeks believed with their gods and such. And then, of course, mathematics. But then we have books that we may not necessarily agree with. With this Dinosaurs of Eden book that we found with our program, it had ideas and subject matter that we did not agree with. So it was more of a learning tool for us to show the children, like, now we don't believe this, but this is what some people do believe, and this is why they believe it, and this is the evidence of why they believe it. For instance, this shows how Noah had dinosaurs on the ark. That's the great thing about homeschooling is it's not cut and dry. Just because this is what, the program has developed, for the majority, it doesn't mean that that's what we have to follow to a T. We can use our own critical thinking skills and our own knowledge and our own background and kind of tailor it for what we want the children to learn and achieve.
No sooner do they take root in the ground than he blows on them and they wither, and a whirlwind sweeps them away like chaff.
So this is how we start our day. Every morning around 9 o'clock, the kids get up, take care of the dog, eat, get the table set, do their morning dishes, and then we start yawning. No, we start what?
School.
School.
Start drinking coffee.
So yes, we start school with a memory verse every day because part of our curriculum is, with my father's world, is learning and studying the Bible. So we memorize a new verse every week. Vocabulario.
Vocabulary. What's para?
Beside, along with.
Beside, along with.
Tis truth! To throw a story in for comparison while teaching a lesson or moral.
Parable.
The flag is red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue.
Ooh, tricky one. Describes.
The flag.
Good job. Sometimes, when the day gets a little crazy, and because we can kind of disrupt each other with our noises, we separate into different parts of the RV. Sometimes we use the bunkhouse room, and sometimes we improvise and go upstairs to the main room. Let's see what the boys are up to.
I would have been surprised if you got this right yesterday. Let's try it again. Deceit.
D-E-C-E-A-T.
Oh, not E-A-T.
No, D-E-C-E-T. No, D-E-C-E-I-T.
High five! Yeah! So what do you observe so far? Well, this was salt water adding fresh water. What do you notice?
Like purple at the top and
There's-
red on the bottom.
Yep, so
Most people on Crete were farmers. They kept animals, such as cattle, sheep, goats, pigs.
yay!
We're gonna grow some lettuce, cilantro, or coriander if it doesn't work out. Some chives, then some arugula, some spinach, a zinnia flower, then some basil.
Basil. Are you Gordon Ramsay? Is that some basil?
We got a Jiffy professional greenhouse, and we're gonna pour some lukewarm distilled water in it because that's what the guy in the video said to do.
How much did he say to use?
Half a quart. I mean,
Half gallon.
Gallon.
Half a gallon. And then,
Of lukewarm distilled water.
yes, he said 105 degrees. That's what.
200 something.
No, 110 or 105.
So let's pour it in. See what happens.
Pour it in the middle.
First true leaves coming off the
Embryo?
Hypocotyle.
hypocotyle. Whoa! Well nigh the science guy.
The epicotyle, actually.
Oh,
Not the hypocotyle.
well nigh corrects himself.
The hypocotyle is the stem, but the epicotyle is part of the stem, but it holds up the leaves.
Yeah, it's the upper part that's above the.
Embryo? Cotyledons?
We
Oh!
could have had some beans growing.
I'm the best homeschool teacher in the world.
All right, so that's what we do for homeschool on the road while exploring our country. It's always a topic that comes up. It was certainly a topic of concern for a lot of our friends and family who love us. The concern out of love, of course, and the future minds of our children. So that's what we do. We're just not making stuff up here, folks. we're using legitimate textbooks and research and a program, and we're following it. And I really feel like the children are learning and blossoming, and they're achieving everything that they would, if not more, than in a traditional public school setting. Yeah. So that's what we do on the road. For all of you fellow travelers out there, what kind of programs do you use? Are you strictly textbooks? Do you use CD-ROMs? Do you telecommute? Do you do all internet? We're dying to know. There's so much in the homeschool world and the homeschool genre, and things are adapting and developing, all the time. So there's no one perfect right way for everybody. So how do you do it?
Teach us.
Yes.
Always learning.
Absolutely. Never stop learning. All right. So that's how we do it with Nursing Our Travel Bug. We appreciate you taking the time, checking us out. Feel free to like and subscribe to this video, to our YouTube channel. And if you want to see more videos like this every week, don't forget to hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye. I don't have a stupid face. You have a stupid face.
This is super face like this. Like they're from the last one. Okay, what? I can do it. Hey, watch this.
Here, keep it. So then we just decided, well, we're going to go with one of these package deals. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Thanks, Bernie.
Sorry, Bernie has an itch.
There were so many options that we just decided we're going to go with one of these packages. Take his collar off!
Bernie!
What is he doing?
Stop.